Our series begins with the story of four exceptional young men bidding farewell to their fifth friend, who turns into Bubble due to falling in love with a human girl and her subsequent departure, deepening their pain. Later, it becomes the turn of the most beautiful among them, Yi, to become the crown prince and marry to have children, which he strongly opposes because he suffers from a phobia of women. At this time, Miao is celebrating her boyfriend Nan's promotion at work. But later she discovers that he promised his boss to sell her beach house. She feels angry and realizes that the house holds great value for her, while Nan seems indifferent to her feelings. Miao decides to spend some time alone on the beach, but she falls into the sea and tries to survive. At that moment, the character Yi appears before her, saving her in an unexpected way with a kiss that transfers something from him to her. She wakes up to find herself on the beach where Nan comes to take her home, but she continues to have strange dreams about what happened, which confuses her. Miao finds herself in front of Yi, who urgently asks her for water and consumes all the water in the house. And when she rejects his strange behaviors, he tells her that he is a prince from the world of sea creatures and needs to retrieve the pearl that has transferred to her to save their lives. By time, new feelings and challenges arise as Nan tries to convince her to get rid of Yi, but she hesitates. And she realizes that there is a misunderstanding that needs a complex explanation regarding Yi's presence in her life. Yi decides to stay with her until a way is found to retrieve the pearl, which in turn forms the vital link between them, while Miao continues to maintain the house, waiting for her brother's return. Yi takes over cleaning the house, and two girls see him, are impressed, and decide to rent a room in the house. Miao exploits his good looks to attract tenants, which necessitates his brother's intervention to save him. They try to take him away, but she chases after them. Yi explains to them that he cannot leave her because the pearl is with her. They ask her to let them stay at the house, but she refuses due to the lack of rooms. With their insistence, they convince her to agree to their stay for just one night. The four gather to discuss how to retrieve the pearl, and one of them suggests killing her. They compete over who will take on that task until she discovers them, confronts them, and asks for an explanation of their presence in her room with a knife. One of them frankly replies that they were planning to kill her, as if they were talking about an invitation to dinner. You then realize that the only way to retrieve the pearl is to relive the same experience that brought it to you, but he vehemently refuses. The house begins to attract more tenants, and one of them appears, complaining about an insect in his food, claiming it is Miao's responsibility, while he was the one who put it there. He insists on filing a complaint, and Yi and his siblings listen to what is happening and decide to help her. And before he could speak, Nan intervened, announcing his engagement to her and demanding that she pay compensation to the man. She rejects the idea and explains to him that she cannot take responsibility for something she is sure about the cleanliness of the food and that she doesn't have the money for it. Nan suggests selling the house to get money, but she firmly refuses. At that moment, Yi intervenes and offers to pay the compensation, but Miao insists on calling the police. The trickster finds himself in an embarrassing situation when a bag full of insects falls from him, revealing his lie and forcing him to withdraw. Later, Yi takes Miao to show her Nan conspiring with the scammer, and she discovers that Nan is the one who planned all of it. She confronts him and tells him that she will never sell the house, to which he responds with an insult, prompting her to affirm that she will continue her life without him. After Nan leaves, she feels happy, and the young men decide to help her tidy up the house, later trying to lift her spirits after the breakup with Nan by doing something that makes her happy. Miao exploits the youth's attractiveness to work at home to attract tenants, and indeed the place becomes crowded with people, especially girls, which significantly increases her income. Meanwhile, the manager of Nan, named Bai, learns about the success the house is achieving and decides to take a bold step. She plans to kidnap Miao. Yi feels the danger to Pearl as soon as she disappears, so he immediately sets off to rescue her. Yi arrives at the detention site of Miao, and when Bai sees him and notices a certain bracelet on his hand, she realizes he is a prince from the world of marine creatures. You discover that the pearl is not with him, but with Miao, and it turns out that Bai is not human either. Nevertheless, she orders her men to leave them, but not before they assault Yi a little. Later, Yi manages to regain consciousness and tries to escape with Miao, but they are surrounded again, and Yi is stabbed with a dagger, prompting him to request a transfer to a place with water. Pai intervenes from afar and offers help, booking a fully private bath for Yi to ensure his safety, and takes care of him until he recovers. The moment to pay for the bath arrives, and Miao feels distressed by the large amount, but one of Yi's brothers helps her by offering a pearl formed from his tears. At the same time, Meow notices strange changes in her body as some characteristics of marine creatures begin to appear. Yi explains to her that the reason is the pearl, so she asks him to retrieve it quickly. Meow approaches Yi with the hope that the pearl will be transferred as it was last time, but Yi's brothers misunderstand the situation. She explains to them that she is doing this only to retrieve the pearl, but even this method proves ineffective. Bai discovers that Yi and his brothers are staying at Meow's house, and it shows that Bai intends to arrange a marriage for Yi with a mermaid named Momo. Meow intervenes and announces that she disagrees because Yi is her boyfriend. Yi sits down to explain to his uncle the details of what happened, and everyone discovers that they don't know the way to retrieve the pearl, as they are missing 3 pages from their reference. The uncle remembers his past and doubts the existence of love, but he realizes that the pearl is still blue, which means that love has not yet formed. As the color of the pearl turns red when true love is present, the uncle arranges a meeting with Momo and tells her that he will return her to her family because Yi now has a girlfriend, but she insists on staying with them for a few days. Meow couldn't stand Momo's presence, especially since the latter stuck to Yi everywhere, which annoyed Meow and made it seem like she was jealous, but she wouldn't admit it. Later, Meow decides to participate in the Best Residence competition in hopes of winning the grand cash prize, and she prepares the house for the event. Meow meets Bai, who intentionally bumps into her to see the color of the pearl and is surprised that its color is still blue. Meow encourages everyone to work hard to clean the house and prepare it for the competition. Bai returns Meow's keys, claiming she found them dropped, and runs into one of Yi's brothers, who discovers that she is also not human but a sea creature like them, which surprises them because their family has never given birth to females before. They decide to accept her as part of their new family and ask them to allow her to stay with them, and they agree. Although Meow is still uncomfortable with her presence, Bai deceives Momo and asks her to clean the swimming pool, claiming that Yi will remember her every time he sees the pool. Bai puts an allergenic substance in the water, forcing Momo to leave the house. Yi goes to ask Meow about her behavior towards Bai, and she tells him that she hates Bai because she was trying to buy the house forcefully after Meow refused to sell it. One of Yi's brothers is trying to convince Meow that she might have misunderstood, as they believe Bai is kind. Yi loses consciousness and becomes weak without the pearl. There is a conversation in front of Bai about Yi losing the pearl, which is now in Meow's possession, and they are unable to retrieve it. Then Bai presents 2 of the 3 missing pages from the book, claiming she wants to help Yi, portraying herself as a kind person. Meow and Yi discover through the 2 pages that restoring the pearl requires true love, and when the pearl turns red, Yi will be able to restore it. It will turn into foam at the bottom of the sea. But Yi opposes the idea of falling in love or getting married, and Meow agrees with him. Bai feigns regret and apologizes to Meow because she wanted to buy the house. She explains to her that the reason behind her pursuit of buying the beach was only to search for her tribe, and since she has found them now, she doesn't want anything else. Everyone tells her that they have become her family and that they trust her. She plans with her brothers to help him and Meow fall in love, so they bring him into her room, lock the door, and even cut off the electricity to create a romantic atmosphere. Since he is afraid of cats, there is no harm in bringing a cat to them to bring them closer together, but Meow is also afraid of the cat. He tells her that this is because she has started to turn into a fish. They quickly go out to them and tell them that they have decided to commit to each other and love each other. As for Bai, she plans to make Xian fall in love with her to exploit him, and he is indeed attracted to her. It turns out that Bai possesses the missing 3rd paper, and that the number of mermaids is small compared to males, due to a genetic mutation. The female mermaid resembles humans completely and is born without a sea pearl inside her, which makes her unable to live more than 25 years unless she takes a pearl from the mermaid prince, who must have true love. So, she plans for Yu and Meow to fall in love. As for Xian, he has indeed fallen in love with Bai to the extent that he goes to her house with food, and he is about to see the missing paper she has, but she hides it from him before he sees it. At the same time, Wai goes on a romantic date with Meow by the sea, and they are happy. During that, Meow hears a young man talking about how he used to live in her house, so she thinks of her brother and starts asking him about his age and family. She also shows him the necklace she carries, and he tells her that he is not the person she is looking for. After that, she feels tired and loses consciousness. So Aye rushes home and realizes that it is because the pearl has been in her body for a long time. He carries her to the pool and sits beside her to take care of her, while Nan watches them and discovers that he is not human. After that, everyone gathers to think of a solution for Pearl, and her brothers ask their uncle, considering him the most experienced among them. Kian sits with Bai, who puts a sedative in the alcohol and forces him to drink it. Miaowei is kidnapped, and when he wakes up, she tells him that he has two choices. The first is to kill himself, and at that moment, the pearl will come out of Miao and Bai will take it, or to kill Miao. And in that case, the pearl will also come out of her and Bai will take it. He sacrifices himself for Miao's well-being, and thus the pearl turns red and emerges from Miao to be taken by Bai. Nan, who had been watching them for a while and knew everything, appears, takes the pearl from her, and also kidnaps Xian to kill him because he was plotting against Bai, who had been exploiting him. When he realizes that Miao loves Yi, he threatens her to either sign the contract to sell her house, or he will throw it into the sea. He quickly signs the contract to save him, and then Nan's anger increases because she is sure of her love for him. So, he throws him into the sea because he knows she has a phobia of water and won't be able to save him. She challenges her fear and goes down after him to save him. He calls the person he had agreed with to buy Miao's house, but he tells him that he has stopped the house buying process. Nan gets angry, throws the necklace, and goes to kill Bai because she is the reason for his loss of everything. But Shan knows how to free himself and then beats them. Bai quickly takes the pearl and he tells her that he will give her a pearl, but on the condition that she returns the pearl to him. And you discover that the color of the pearl has turned red, which means she loves him. But in the meantime, Nan is about to stab him, but Bai sacrifices herself to save him. Finally, the brothers come and are satisfied, while Bai returns the pearl to Li and asks her to take Nan's pearl. And it seems that she really loved him too. Because of the true love between them, a pearl forms inside her, and she lives after a while. They celebrate Miao's birthday together. Bai returns the last missing page to the reference, while Yi surprises Miao by saying he found her brother and brings him to them. Miao wishes that they always live together and be happy. This is the end of our series. See you soon. Bye.